Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so you know the drill, don't you? I'm going to scan you today,
Yeah.
like how you had a scan previously.
Okay.
It's going to be an internal scan. And what I'm trying, I'm sorry, I'm used to it. I'm sure you're not used to it. My apologies. So what we're trying to do at the moment is just make sure that the lining is thin, because we want the lining to shed, and we don't want any big follicles on your ovaries.
Right.
So
Okay.
I'm looking at the number of follicles on each ovaries,
Okay.
looking at their size,
Okay.
and measuring the lining.
Okay.
And that's all I'm going to do.
Okay.
So it'll take me 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Are you okay for Richard to join in as well?
Yes, fine.
So we can see everything. Bit cold, slightly
Okay.
uncomfortable. That's worth it. Okay. Right. So you can have a look now. Can you see the screen? Both of you? That's your womb.
Okay.
You can see that bright area in the center, which is your
Yeah.
lining. So, which seems to be thin. I'm just going to measure it. Yeah, you can see that. That's 3.5 millimeters, so that's quite good. We want it to be less than 5.
Oh, okay.
That's good. 2.7. So the lining is no problem. Let's have a look at the ovaries now. Just going to ask you to open your legs a tiny bit for me. Yeah, thank you. That's your ovary, and I'm looking at your left side. Can you see those tiny follicles over there? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the largest one. So I'm just going to measure that. That's small actually in size. Yeah, so that's very small. So that's 5.6. I'm just going to count again. Sorry, I'm pressing the button.
That's alright.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 on the left side.
Okay.
800 follicles on the left side. Let's go to the right side. Now you know how to see the ovary. That's your other ovary. Yeah. So if I enlarge it a bit, can you see those follicles? Yeah. So they're more on the left side. Here we have got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 and 8. Okay?
Okay.
So that's fine. I'm going to come out now. Okay, I'll let you get dressed. Just stay there.
Thanks.
You can stay there for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
That's for you.
Thank
and
you.
I'm going to just lower the bed for you. Don't try to jump off.
That's great.
Yeah, so you're ready to start the treatment.
Okay. So interesting. What are you looking for?
We're looking at, first is, as I said, if the follicles were bigger in size, we wouldn't be able to start your treatment.
Oh, okay.
Because those big follicles would then interfere with stimulation of the rest of the follicles.
Oh.
And the lining, if it is thicker to start with, then it will interfere with us knowing whether the lining has developed due to the growing follicles. Because the follicles, when they grow, they release estrogen, which thickens the lining of the womb. So you want to start from a thin lining, which builds up as the follicles are growing. So that's why it's called as a baseline scan, where you're just checking that everything is right at the beginning, and then you see it all happening. Yeah?
Okay.
Makes sense, Sean?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, it's very confusing. It's probably very naive of me, but I thought you only had follicles when you were growing.
No, they're there all the time. They're there all the time, but they're different at different time of the cycle. Okay. Okay. So if I can just take your cross to the nurses. So everything looks well. Okay.
Okay.
So good luck. I hope everything goes
Thank you very
absolutely fine
much.
for both of
Thank
you.
you.
Please come. Okay.
Okay, so this is your treatment plan. So
Okay.
we'll go through that. So today you've had your day 1 scan.
Yep.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to start on the injections to stimulate the
Okay.
ovaries. So the injections you're on are called Benfola. So I'll
Okay.
go through those again with
Yep.
you, how you use them. So you're going to start using those this evening. And
Okay.
you're going to do 1 injection every evening for the next 4 evenings, and then
Okay.
come back to us again on Friday.
Okay.
So the injection in the evening gets done in the tummy, and
Yeah.
I'll go through how you administer it in a
Yeah.
minute. Try and do it at the same time every evening. So
Okay.
pick a time and try and stick to the same time, within
Okay.
half an hour of that time every
Okay.
evening.
Fine.
So what that will do is it will stimulate the ovaries to develop the eggs. You may get some side effects from that. So these are the side effects listed here. So what some people complain of is like headaches, maybe a bit of mild abdominal discomfort initially, and then as the follicles grow a bit bigger, you might feel a bit more uncomfortable, sort of like towards the end of this week and
Yeah.
beginning of next week. You can, if you get headaches, you can take paracetamol. It's quite
Okay.
safe. Don't take any Nurofen or Brufen, just paracetamol.
Okay.
Other things, so a bit of bloating, uncomfortableness, some irritation and redness just around where you inject, but that's fine.
Okay.
It will settle down, and a bit of maybe breast tenderness, and some people
Okay.
get like a little bit moody with the drugs,
Yeah.
because it's hormones. And,
Yeah.
So just
Yeah.
see how you go. Okay?
Okay.
Some people get symptoms, some people don't get anything. And
Okay.
cope really well. So
Okay.
if you're worried about anything before you come back for your scan on Friday, just give us a ring and we can
Okay.
go through it with you.
Okay.
So you're just on this step now. Okay.
Okay.
When you come in on Friday, we'll do another scan, see how the follicles are developing.
Okay.
We normally over the weekend get you to start the second injection,
Okay.
which is the one that stops you from releasing the eggs before we collect them.
Okay.
Don't need to worry about that now, but it's just that's what
Okay.
it will tell you about
Right.
in here. Okay. So
Okay.
all you're doing is this first step at the moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Yeah.
So we'll go through that on here. So you're going to start this injection called Benfola. Okay, so this is your medication chart. So you're going to start this evening and you're going to start on 1 injection of 300 units each evening. So you're going to do 300 tonight, 300 tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, and then you'll come back to us for a scan on Friday.
Okay.
And I'll find you a time in a minute. So with this injection, you've got these at home?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you do is it will come with different needles, and they'll have a little paper tab on the back of the needle. So on the back
Okay.
of this will be a little paper tab.
Yeah.
So you peel that off and you just click it on. Okay,
Okay.
so you don't have to twist or anything, you just push it on and it will click, and that's how the needle goes on. There's 2 covers on the needle, so there's this one and there's this one.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to take both of them off, so that's going to be the little needle that you inject
Yeah.
with. Okay, each of your pens will be 300 units, yeah?
Okay.
You've checked this,
I
yeah?
haven't.
You
checked
haven't,
that
but
yet,
hopefully it'll be
yeah.
300 units, okay? So that's what you're going to be on, so you just do 1 injection. I'll check your prescription before you go, just to make sure that that's what we've ordered, okay? So you will have some solution in your pen here
Yeah.
at home, which is the drug. So when you've taken your cap off your needle, you just need to flick gently and get any little air bubbles to float up to the top, okay?
Okay.
So you may see some bigger air bubbles in here in your pen because you've got liquid in it, okay?
Okay.
You just gently flick and all the air bubbles will gently move up to the top.
Okay.
Okay, your pen will be set here with an arrow, and you need to prime it first. Okay?
Okay.
So to prime it, you just gently push until the arrow disappears.
Okay.
As you do that, a little drop of fluid will come out the top, and any of the air bubbles you've flicked up will all dispel. Yeah.
Okay.
So now you've got your injection ready to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just twist this round to the dose that you're on.
Yeah.
So you're on 300, and then that's all ready to go.
Okay.
Okay.
What happens if I go round too far? Can
So
I just?
You just twist it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
So just
Yeah.
once you know what dose you're on, and that's in that little window there, that's the one
That's
that
great.
they'll administer.
Okay.
So your injections all go into your tummy.
Yeah.
So anywhere from your belly button, this bit underneath where you can pinch a little bit,
Yeah.
that's where your injections need to go. So move around each
Okay.
time you do your injection. Yeah.
Yeah.
So start one side and then
Yeah.
swap.
work
So
my
you
way
don't do it
around.
in the
Yeah.
same place every evening. So just pinch, push all of the needle in underneath the skin
Yeah.
because you want it to get absorbed into the fat under the
Okay.
skin, not just sort of like sitting
Yeah.
underneath, okay? Have this facing upwards so that you can see. And what you need to do, once you've pushed all of the needle in, is you push this plunger all the way down,
Okay.
slowly, until the line's completely gone. Okay,
Okay.
once the line's completely gone, then you've
That's
given
it.
all of the injection. But
Okay.
still, once you've pushed it all the way down, still count
Yeah.
to 5 or 10 seconds
Yeah.
before you pull your needle out to make sure
Okay.
you've given everything. Okay?
Yeah.
And then all of that then can be put in a sharp spin. Got
Okay.
a little yellow
Yeah.
sharp spin?
Yeah.
Yeah, so throw that one all the way. And then just start again the next evening.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's all you're going to be doing for the first steps.
Okay.
And then rescan again on Friday, and we'll tell you if the next injection needs to be introduced over the weekend. But
Okay.
don't worry about that for now.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's your plan. So you're starting one injection for the next 4 evenings.
Okay.
I'll give you a scan time on there in a minute. There's some steps over the back here that you need to just have a read through and make sure you try and do these. So increase your fluid intake now if you can, so up to 2 litres of water a day.
Yeah.
We do say try and, if you like milk, try and drink some milk to
Okay.
increase your protein. If you don't like milk, you know, have a yogurt, try and eat some
Okay.
fish and chicken. Just try and
Okay.
have a high protein diet
Yeah.
for the next couple of weeks. But it's really important to increase your fluid intake because the injections can make you get dehydrated.
Okay.
And so that's very important to do that. It's hard to drink 2 litres of water,
Yeah.
but you know, just try and have a couple of cups every
Yeah.
sort of like couple of hours. And
Yeah.
so make sure you're well hydrated, good intake of protein and calcium, no alcohol, and avoid caffeine. So
Okay.
try and not to have any tea and coffee or decaffeinated if you
Okay.
are. You're taking your folic acid and vitamin D supplements.
Yeah.
Yeah, so make sure you're taking those every day. No smoking.
No.
And if you're having intercourse between now and your egg collection, it needs to be protected. So no unprotected intercourse.
Yeah.
Okay. The reason behind that is because we're developing lots of follicles, and there's always a risk of a multiple pregnancy if something happened if you
Yeah.
ovulated before we collected the eggs.
Yeah.
Okay. So exercise is fine. So just gentle exercise like walking, Pilates, that sort of
Okay.
thing, but nothing high impact. So no
Right.
heavy weight lifting or
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't know, step at the gym or anything like
Yeah.
that. So just gentle, and no alternative medicines.
Okay. Fine. Yeah.
Okay, are you okay with the injection?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can just have a look through that if you want, step by. So just have a look through the step-by-step
Okay.
guide, and then while I've booked the scan, and then if you've got any questions, you can ask.
What happens if the medicine is frozen? Do I just wait for it to
It
thaw
won't
out?
be.
So it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
If it
Yeah.
is, give us a ring. You can't use it
Oh,
if it's
okay,
frozen
fine.
because it's not going to inject. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, check it when
Yeah.
you go home,
Yeah.
and if you think it's a bit too cold, then leave it out for a couple of hours before you inject it.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
They do say normally just leave it out for 5 or 10 minutes before you
Yeah.
inject it, but check it when you go
Yeah.
home. Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's everything. Are you happy with that? Any questions?
I think so. What happens if like all the air doesn't come out? Does it just make it more painful? Or?
It will do. So when you flick it, all the air bubbles will travel to the top, and when you prime it, so when you push that little arrow in, it injects the solution up into the needle,
Okay.
and a few drops come out. If there's a few little air bubbles in, don't worry. You're only injecting into the fat under the skin. You're not doing like an intramuscular
Yeah.
injection where you could hit a vessel or anything.
Yeah.
You're just going into the fat under the skin. So it'll be absolutely fine.
Okay.
So, but you are priming it, so you should get rid of all
Yeah.
of the air.
Yeah.
If you see a few little air bubbles in the top, don't worry too much. It should
Okay.
be alright.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
So take that one and take that one,
Great.
and then we'll see you at 8:30 on Friday morning.
Yeah. See you then.